Hello, my name is Avidus, and I will be going to the Dublin Events app that we made for our third year project. When opening the app, we will be immediately met with an event screen with a bunch of events in front of us. On the top, we see the events highlighted and underlined in blue to indicate that we are on the events page. Under it, we have the sort by, and it says upcoming, which means that it's being sorted by upcoming events, as you see below. We have the name of the event. For the first one example, it is Fame Lab Ireland in Dublin Heat. Fame on Ireland Dublin Heat, and it says that it's rescheduled, and the location is the Science Gallery. It's at 6:45 on March the 8th. We are on the top, on the left there, we have a picture. So if we click on the event, it will be expanded, and we have two buttons. We have an Add to Favorite button, a View Venue button, and a short description of the event. So if we press Add to Favorites, it will add to a database so we can view our event whenever we want. So we'll just click Add to Favorites here. It says, there you go, a little saying that it's added to favorites. But if we try to add it again, it already says that it's in favorites. Okay, so then we'll click on the View Venue button. That will open up the Science Gallery, and that will give us information about the actual venue. And so it says the actual location of it, which is Trinity College Dublin, Pearse Street, Dublin 2. It says the category that the type of events that the venue holds, which are art events, and the rating is there in the top right, which is 4.3 out of 5. If we press on more info, we have two buttons. We can add the actual venue to favorites as well, or we can view more events in that same location, and then it also gives us a brief description of the venue. So if we click on Add to Favorite, again we can add it to favorite. If we click Add to Favorite again, it says that it's already in favorites, and then we can also view events from this page. So this also shows the same event that we saw before. We can try to add to favorite again. We still cannot. And then this is also another event that is on a week later, on the March 15th. So now we can just go back to our original page, and we can actually just scroll down, just for an example, look at all the other events going on in Dublin. So if we click on the Sort By menu, we can actually search for events. So if one, for example, search for live music, we can just type in live, press search, and there we are. Well, we have a football match here, or where we live, and other events that just contain the word live. Then we just go back. Next part, we can press on pubs for our next tab. We can either swipe, or we can physically touch the tab icon. So if we press on the Sort By menu, it will give us things we can sort by, which is name, rating, location, or we can actually search for pubs. So if we search by rating, we click on rating, and we see here it sorts from the top down. So the rating here is 4.7 out of 5, and then it will just keep going down of just pubs, as we see here, category. It will give us the location of each pub, the actual address, the category, which is obviously all pubs, and then more information about each pub. But so we can add a pub to our favorites, and if we want, we can look for events. If there are no events going on in the pub, it'll just say that there's no events found. I can just return. So we can also sort by location. We go click on location. So it opens up, and we see that the pubs which are closest to us. So we have the Queen Steak Room, and we have Finnegan's Dalkey, which are just pubs in our area. Again, we can add to favorite, view events, and then a quick description if the pub actually has a description. If not, it just gives them a more detailed category if there's also one available. We can also search for actual pubs. So if we go search kitchen, as we saw before, and there we are. We find kitchen. Again, we can add to favorite, view events, and have a small little information about it. Then we have venues, which is again similar to pubs, but this is more broad. This is just everything that isn't a pub. So if it's a venue, if it's an arts museum, if it's a club, we can specifically search, sort by these. So we can search by an arts venue. So we can look at all the art galleries and stuff that we were able to find in Dublin. We can also search by nightclubs and clubs. So we have District 8, Laughter Lounge, Sugar Club, Right Venue. Or we can actually sort by other, which are more obscure things like, as you see, a wine cellar or a restaurant, stuff like that. We can also sort these, again, we can add these all to favorites. We can sort these by location, rating, and name, similar to the previous. The last tab is our favorites tab. So if we click on favorites, we can see actual event favorites and actual venues as well. So we can press down if you want it to refresh, and that'll add the other event that we've added. So if we want to click on it will tell us information about each event, like the Fame Lab Ireland here. It says the location and time, and if we don't want to, if we click on it by accident and want to just remove it, we can just press remove. Then we have the actual venues as well, which you can also quickly remove by just pressing one button, like the Synods bar. And if we reload, you can tell it's not there anymore. You can also go on like the Tribuna and press on more info. That'll give us info about the Tribuna, and we can go view events in the Tribuna, and that will show us events that are happening. For example, the Niall Horan concert. So if you want to go, you can just add it to favorites, or you can go and just view the venue again. So you go back to your favorites, and you refresh, and here we have Niall Horan at the Tree Arena at 12. Okay, so this has been the Dublin Events app. Just a very handy app for anybody who likes to go out and has trouble finding the more obscure or wants to have a more interesting night out. Thank you.